How's everyone doing? Okay, so let's read about the board first. So, Class 100, this is a huge board from Studios. It is obviously designed to be a bit more retro themed, but in my opinion, they did a really good job on what it's supposed to look like. And I think if you guys want to scroll down ahead of me, they've also made it look more modern than what it's supposed to be based off of, which is the LK201. I low-key hope I got this brown color. I'm not sure what color we got. It does look good. It does look good. This is, dude, I'm telling you, Studios is kind of the low-key, you want something good and vintage looking, but also like it just slaps, is Studios. They're kind of like the underdog I still feel in this hobby when it comes to like their design language and the boards that they do. It's nice. It's a good looking board. It has RGB on the top, so you guys will get that if you guys want. Hot swappable. There's the side profile. Looks very nice. Tons of plate options. I actually think we got one of the half plates today. I'm really hoping. They updated the weight. Looks diff now. Oh, is it not on here? Oh, here it is. Is this the new one? That looks way better. Actually, you know what we should do? Let's just go to the Divinity Key page, shall we? Yeah, Divinity Key page for the win. So yeah, this is it. This is the board here. We have a solder and a hot swap. We have tons of different plates you guys can pick. But the price is going to be about $400. Let's open it up. Let us open this thing up. Now, I'm going to criticize them on one small thing that really isn't that important, but it's kind of important. The box for this, maybe this is a self-intelligence problem. And this is not even a real criticism at the end of the day because it was double boxed, okay? The box was the weirdest. I ended up having to destroy the box to get it open. So this is all I have left from the box is just the foam. So I wanted to show you guys the box. It was just a simple cardboard cutout. I don't have anything left. It would not open, dude. I could not figure out how to get it open. I was trying at like 10 a.m. this morning to like figure out how to open this board, and I couldn't do it. There was a box. It's in pieces now. I got a little flustered, and I ended up just taking my fists and ripping it open completely. So, with that being said, we'll go through all the parts of the Class 100. I do wish for this price as well, though, they would have given us a hard shell case. I don't think... Oh, we got green. I don't think there was one. No, there's not. So I do wish there was a hard shell case. So we get the... I mean, this is pretty stereotypical of what we get from Studios here. Screwdriver, top screws, ribbon cable, more screws, bits, silicone socks, and force brake pads, which are optional. I'm probably going to install them today. Just because I'm in kind of a weird mood when it comes to this. I need to talk about this for 1 second. People are saying that they think force brake pads are ruining keyboards. I feel like I need to say this, and sorry if this is like harsh or blunt. You don't have to put them on, man. You also don't have to build the keyboard the way I build the keyboard. I just think it's like so ignorant to say that like an optional piece is ruining your experience because it's not up to what you want. Learn that people like different things. It's okay. You can like force brake pads. I think they're useful. I think it's nice to have them in the box and you can choose whether or not you want some resonance or not. I think saying they're ruining keyboards or making things sound whatever is the same argument as foam that people will defend, right? I'm fine with however anyone wants their keyboard to sound or feel or whatever. I like options. I'm never going to stop fighting for options in keyboards, okay? Options are great. Here we go for plates. It looks like we have... Oh, is this a bikini plate? I don't know if I want to use this today, but it is a bikini plate. We have our half plate, which I want to use today. And then we have plastic plate as well as an aluminum plate. And there's our hot swap PCB. Oh, look at that. So many options. So what do we have here, guys? We have split backspace, ISO, split right, 6.25 N7, tons of numpad options, split left, stepped and regular caps. The only thing you're missing here is just the split space, or yeah, I guess a split space bar. This is a crazy nice PCB for options for hot swap. The green is nice though. The green does look pretty solid. Oh, this is heavy. I mean, I might have to put a beige set on this or something. Oh, this is heavy. Dude. This looks great. This looks so good, man. Oh, Boba Fett would look nice. The polycarbonate on the top. I mean, when you reference the OG keyboard that this is based off of, in case you guys missed that part of the stream, let me quickly share my screen one more time. This is the keyboard it's based off of. I think they did an excellent job of bringing the theme from the old board onto this board. Absolute W, MM Studios keeps winning. I'm in love with how they did this curve here on the top. This looks so good. I think this adds a lot of visual interest to the keyboard as well. They did a good job, man. I like someone mentioned this in chat, the flat green looks really good on this. Here is that side profile, which I'll switch over to now. The only thing I don't like about this keyboard is the gray feet, which I'm assuming, and I'm hoping, we have the option to go with maybe black feet for this particular unit. The gray feet aren't my thing, also long feet aren't my thing, but let's give the board a go before I criticize it. And in case you guys are also wondering, it looks like the feet aren't... Ooh, my camera's freaking out. The feet also come up on the left and right sides, so they're flatter on the middle. I don't know if that's just me needing to press these in more, but it looks like it does sit higher on the ends on both sides. But I appreciate them raising it on the edges so it doesn't sit directly on one full long foot. It does look like that might be a bit too shallow though. However, again, let's actually see how this sounds and feels before we may make a judgment call here. Oh, this is magnetic. Oh! Wait, that's kind of cool. Oh, there's the solenoid. Wait, yeah, this is the solenoid. That's the buzzer, as typical MM Studios fashion. The daughter board sits on the top here. I appreciate that. There's some RGB on the PCB on the top. So this will be mounted here, which is nice to see. And then how does this plug in? Is this just... Okay, so this is what you would plug in for the JST cable. All right, and that's simple to do because you can put it like this and simply plug it in this way. All right, that seems simple enough, and it looks like this is optional. If you want to just redeem some keys, you can take those away and you get back some of your keys above the numpad, which, I don't know, does anyone really use those? Nice for some extra macros, I suppose. Let's start our stab work right now. Generally think this one's sexy board, but wouldn't cop personally just because it's a 100. Oh, really? Honestly, I really like this board. They killed it with this. They absolutely killed it. Like I said, MM Studio, they just making good stuff, bro. That's 6, 7. Bikini, don't be afraid. I think we probably will go bikini then. We have an aluminum plate as well, but I think we'll maybe do the bikini plate. How is everyone doing this Wednesday? I am doing okay. I am a little overworked right now, but it's okay. I think after stream today, I'm going to do a few things, and then honestly, I'm just going to call it quits for the rest of the day. I think I need to take the night to sleep. Are we settled on bikini plate? Yes? What do we think? Alrighty. So, we have our silicone sockets. And I believe you can also top mount this. Alright, I do wish these kind of clipped on a little better, because like these can kind of fall off rather easily. So hopefully we don't have like bit of a nuisance or a headache putting this board together. See, they just kind of fall off. All right, I think these gaskets need to be a little bit more firm fitting, to say the least. Oh, you know what? We should probably do the force brake tabs as well. A little awkward with this. I think we can build it like this. I'm pretty positive that this isn't just top mount. Is it just top mount? Can we leave it like this? I'm just kind of curious right now. All right, and then let's put this magnetic piece back. Cool. Actually, I heard that you can swap out this too, if you want it. The indicators. Function A. Which one's function? Oh, this button. I like how they circle it for you. Buzzer off. Function S. Solenoid off. Function X. Okay, just for now. Just for now. All right. This looks good. This looks really good. Ooh. Thought that was a magnet. All right. Let's see how this sounds. The LEDs are very bright. This is with all my lights on. Hold on a second. Let's see. Let me just turn off this light really. That's sick, dude. We're doing granite switches. This is the bikini plate with the aluminum pieces on the top and bottom. And then let's see how this sounds. We didn't screw this in. You know, it has a nice tonality. If we wanted to brighten up the spacebar, we could go with a little bit of a brighter switch. Ooh. Wait. Do you guys see the LEDs slightly flickering as I do this? Oh, sick! You can actually see the solenoid working. Cool. Okay, let's unscrew it and try the top mount now. Now with the top mount installed, nothing else has changed. Already the switches sound louder. Yeah, this is a banger. It's definitely a little bit of a lower spacebar, but again, I'm going to have chalked it up to the granites being a little bit lower, like I mentioned. Let's put in our trusty old cherry. See what I mean? This is really nice. This is an awesome project. Some changes, maybe change out those flatheads if possible. Not a big deal if you can't. I don't really have any other like major criticisms for this. Oh yeah, loads up the vial, no problem. I also really appreciate that. I think solid color is probably the one I'm gonna stick to. And then maybe, the white was cool, but also what if we do like a green? How readable are the legends? I'll let you guys be the judge. I can see them clear as day from where I'm sitting. They have a small little frosted effect to it, but like you can see the legends. Not that you'd really need to see them. Other than that, the board's comfortable to type on. The mounting feels really good, even with top mounts. It almost feels like nothing has changed. I guess because how much it was compressing with the gaskets. It's clear as day you can mount it with the gaskets without having to screw them in too. I don't think that's like uber necessary that we need to do that. You can leave some off if you'd like. I want to try this with the plastic plate. I feel like this would be more my personal vibe, but honestly, this still sounds fantastic. You guys have a good one. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. And sleep well if you guys are going to bed anytime soon. Or have a good evening/afternoon. Good night, everybody, and love ya. Bye-bye.